We've explored the stories and history of countless extremely powerful force wielders, but it is another level entirely when one of these force wielders actually holds the capacity to injure and wound the force itself. Something that only a few wielders of the force have ever accomplished in the Star Wars mythos, characters on the power level of Darth Sidious. For today's video, we will explore how Darth Nihilus literally grew powerful enough to hurt the force itself. But first, I would like to thank the sponsor of today's video. Before we jump right into the video, I want to thank today's sponsor and our first sponsor ever, the Marvel Collect app. The people over at Topps were kind enough to send me an Infinity Gauntlet and also one Infinity Gauntlet to give away to one of my fans on my Twitter. All the information on how to enter to get a gauntlet of your own will be over on my Twitter at @stupendouswave in my most recent and pinned tweet. If you enter, you'll also be entered into a larger giveaway and draw with the opportunity to win an iPhone X or a Samsung S10. The Marvel Collect by Topps is a digital trading card app. You guys can download the app completely free of charge both in the App Store or on the Google Play Store, and is available worldwide, so you can play it no matter where you live. Marvel Collect launched in 2019 to go hand in hand with Avengers Endgame, with the goal to build the biggest global community of fans who see the app as a way for them to collect and trade their favorite content with one another. What's really cool about this app is how expansive the content is, from Avengers to Guardians of the Galaxy to X-Men, Jessica Jones, the list just goes on and on. Some of the card work seems to go back all the way to the original. So again, what's cool about the Marvel Collect app is it includes different properties all involving around Marvel, so you can actually trade X-Men characters and Avengers characters simultaneously. What else is nice about it is in the app you can actually track your progress to complete set. So I'm trying to complete my Avengers die cut set and I can see which cards I'm missing, and then can click on the card and find out how I can get my hands on it, or if it's sold out, and see what other users I can trade it for. Something else I like about the app is in the era of We Want It Now, you can also get cards for upcoming Marvel movies. So for example, you guys can get Avengers cards, Avengers trailer cards, Captain Marvel cards, and Spider-Man cards to celebrate the movies. They even have a program in the app called First Printing, where they mimic how comic book editions are printed based on demand. Again, also something major that stands out about the app is it's absolutely free to play, instead of other games that just straight up have a paywall. Daily login bonuses and the ability to complete missions really helps generate enough buying power to go after certain cards, which is really cool to see, as again, it's not impossible to get the card that you want. So again guys, be sure to download the Marvel Trading Card app free in the description down below and begin trading and collecting some of your favorite Marvel characters with people from around the world. Again, you can get the app completely free in the description down below in the App Store or the Google Play Store. Thanks so much to the Marvel Collect app for sponsoring this video, and now let's go ahead and get into the topic at hand. Darth Nihilus was an extremely unique Sith Lord in the sense that he grew powerful enough that he could almost see the Force itself surrounding him, and grew powerful enough that he almost became a literal part of the Force itself while he was still living. What I mean by this is Darth Nihilus consumed so much Force energy and so much power that his living body actually began to fade away. And in order for Darth Nihilus to still tie himself to the living world, he actually had to seal his body to his robes and his Sith mask through a ritual. The point I'm trying to make is, once he underwent his transformation to become Darth Nihilus, he was more ethereal than an actual physical living being. As we've covered before, this was all due to his exposure to the mass shadow generator, which instead of killing him, transformed him into a weapon of huge power in the dark side. Perhaps more sheer power that is rivaled by only the greatest Sith of all time like Vitiate and Sidious. Towards the beginning of his existence as Darth Nihilus though, he only fed on the souls and Force energies of one person at a time, not being powerful enough to actually affect the Force itself and consume life on massive levels. However, it was ultimately Darth Traya that promised to show Darth Nihilus how to consume entire planets if he so desired, with Darth Nihilus hoping that if he were ever able to consume an entire world, it would finally appease his hunger. What Darth Traya ultimately promised Nihilus was true, as he did eventually learn how to consume entire worlds, and even began consuming worlds with life on it without the permission of his master. It was clear after some time that Darth Nihilus had grown beyond the power of Darth Traya, despite Darth Traya being far more knowledgeable in the Force. Unlike Darth Nihilus though, she was not a force of nature, and a force of the dark side itself. As we explained earlier, Darth Nihilus literally became integrated into the Force itself and the dark side. He didn't simply use it like other Sith. This is why he was able to display the power to consume entire planets. The reason he was able to do this is because the Force itself granted him extreme power with one Force ability, as in truth Darth Nihilus was above average in other aspects of the Force, but this one ability granted him extreme, nearly unparalleled power. That Force ability was Force Drain, but instead of just being able to drain the life force of one individual at a time, Darth Nihilus honed his craft, and again the mass shadow generator allowed him to consume people and planets on a massive scale, never before seen before or after Darth Nihilus's time. Darth Nihilus had the ability to use Force Drain to drain an entire world of all life. Quote, "The extent of his power cannot be put into words, and his perception have grown as well. To him, you are dust motes in a storm, a grain upon the beach, and as insignificant as a body that orbits the graveyard of Malachor." Something else that made Darth Nihilus especially terrifying towards the end of his life is the boundaries in which he could use the Force was increased, meaning at the end, Darth Nihilus could reach across an entire star system to drain a planet or an individual of their life. Darth Nihilus could even sense beings and planets extremely strong in the Force from across the galaxy, which would draw him to that planet, again using his massive Force Drain to take all life or all beings touched by the Force away, all serving his own power. Darth Nihilus grew to be so powerful again, he became a literal threat to the Force itself, as the Force moves through life and exists through life, and Nihilus threatened to destroy all life in the galaxy. Even those that Darth Nihilus were not directly attacking suffered at his power, as even being around Darth Nihilus for a prolonged period of time was detrimental to those that served him, as instinctively he would draw upon their Force energy, even subconsciously, not wanting to kill them, but it simply being a result of being around his massive power. With his very words and his voice, people would serve him or die, as hearing Darth Nihilus's voice was considered extremely dangerous, and something few survived. But that is how Darth Nihilus elevated his power to become a literal threat to the Force itself, as well as how he elevated his power to destroy entire worlds simply by using one Force ability. But what are your thoughts on the extreme, unparalleled power of Darth Nihilus, the Lord of Hunger? And had you heard of his ability to destroy worlds before this video? And did you know how he actually managed to do it before watching? Again, thank you again to our sponsor, the Marvel Collect app. Check it out in the link in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for your understanding on sponsorships. May the Force be with you, and have a great day.